Thank you for that really kind introduction. It is hard to follow all of you, that's for sure. I'm really happy to be here tonight on the night before you graduate and go out into the world and do, I am sure, very beautiful things. So let's start. If equal affection cannot be, let the more loving one be me. Obviously, if you're hearing a speech from an English teacher, you can expect to find a little poetry sprinkled in. This line comes from a poem by W.H. Auden, and it was written in 1957 after Auden had lived his way through 2 world wars and was battling with his life's greatest conflict, the struggle of his own tender and disappointed human heart. So I'll read it again. If equal affection cannot be, let the more loving one be me. So this line has been rolling around in my head for the past few months as I walk to school, right along with Pink Pony Club, which won't leave and I can't explain. So I don't really know what's happening with Pink Pony Club, but I'm starting to think that the line from Auden might be a reminder or an instruction. Should I be more patient, more loving in the protein bowl line? Yes. Really, yes. Should I write kinder, less direct comments on my students' papers? Maybe so, maybe so. But I think there's more to it than that. Earlier this spring, we all watched the movie Origin, and for family and friends who are here tonight who haven't seen it, it's the story of Pulitzer Prize-winning scholar Isabel Wilkerson and her powerful linking of racism in the United States to the Holocaust in Nazi Germany and the caste system in India. There's a scene in the movie that those of you who watched it will remember, the pool scene. In this scene, there are a bunch of 9-year-old boys who have won a Little League championship, and they go to the town pool to have a celebratory swim. One of the players, Al Bright, is black, and it's 1951, so the lifeguards won't let him swim. For a while, this little boy sits outside the fence and watches his teammates swimming and enjoying their afternoons. Occasionally, people bring him food and talk to him through the fence. It's truly awful. And the first time I watched the movie, I thought, well, surely this is the worst part, but it's not. Eventually, someone decides to let him swim, as long as he doesn't touch the water. So he gets pushed around on a flimsy raft by a scummy teenage lifeguard who whispers to him, "Don't touch the water," while everyone stands on the pool deck and watches. So this is the part I want to talk to you about tonight, the part where everyone watches, especially the moms. I'm a mom. Lots of you are moms here tonight. My son plays baseball, much to my dismay. It's quite stressful. So I know those mothers standing in a row outside the pool understood that what was happening was wrong. And every time I've seen the film, which is many times because it's a school and we have to prepare things, so every time I've seen the film, I've wanted to shake those mothers or maybe slap them and say, "Get in the pool." But it's easier said than done, isn't it? I'm sure all of us can think of 1,000 times when we should have said or done something differently. I know I can. Maybe for you it's fewer. I don't know. For me it's 1,000 at least. But tonight I want to offer a little recipe to counteract cowardice. If equal affection cannot be, let the more loving one be me. Or to put it more simply, get in the pool. One of the great parts about being a teacher is that I get to watch young people do extraordinary things. Every year, there are students who amaze and inspire me with their openness, their courage, their willingness to stand up for others, their generosity of spirit. Not all of us will encounter such an obvious example of injustice as those people watching Al Bright float in 1951, but in every life, we have the chance to get in the pool, to be the more loving one. And I'm going to give some examples from the room. So if you have ever had the good fortune of playing on a team with Violet or Nora, you know they know how to win. They know how to get in the pool. If you have ever gotten an email from Jake Smith at precisely 7:30 in the morning telling you what's for lunch and maybe sharing his deep thoughts, or his not so deep thoughts, as the day may go, you don't know, you've seen the work of someone who's willing to get in the pool. If you've heard Pearl give a speech about her family in AP English, if you've watched Pittman don a unicorn float or a tiny car for assembly, if you've watched Ashton and Preston seek glory on the basketball court, you've watched someone get in the pool. If you've enjoyed Jack Berrien's goofy math announcements, like I have, if Maggie Faye has made you laugh, if you've seen Julie Tatar dance or Elle Ash play joyfully with the campus kids, if you now know what the word ineffable means, thanks to Jacob Waugh, you've watched someone get in the pool. If you saw your classmate Elise join you all at convocation this fall despite her illness, you've seen someone do something courageous and loving. I could go on, but whenever you see someone share a gift with the world rather than standing on the pool deck, you're seeing something transformative and precious. Class of 2025, I hope your days are filled with feelings too great or extreme to be described in words. But if not, remember, go swimming. Be the more loving one when you can. I look forward to seeing the glorious splashes you will make. Thank you, and congratulations.